Okay, this is a continuation now of the recap. School, the Fortnight, school Fortnight recap. Or whatever it's called, okay? I don't mind. Anyways, it's the 12th of the 2nd of 15. It's a Thursday. Anyways, we finally had a year assembly on Thursday. It was at the Moylan Meadows. We learned that we needed to be more responsible with our actions, especially for those people who need to do community service if they want to go Duke of It. I had double timber, still the same thing, just something on the box. Still need to do, still need to get the edge treatment and stand for a while, but if I'm lucky, I'm not being dramatic, it's just like, I got something stoic. I can end up finishing it by applying lacquer on this, what do you call it? When the second period was going to finish, I was using the power sander to smoothen my work, because I'm always using the good old-fashioned hand, good old-fashioned hands-on, and turns out it was just a little bit of wood left sanding, so I did sand a lot for most of the time, just pays off, Anyways, next thing you know, Adam, Jessica, Andre, Khalida, and company were like all jamming, like rapping, singing, and drumming. Then Sir came with majority of the class and told us to pack up. Turns out it was pretty early, but we spent like the remaining time sitting down while Sir's telling us a story, like an incident that happened to him when he was in high school doing timber. Yet so tragic and dramatic, right? When he told the teacher, his teacher during his time, right? It's like, it's an anecdote, it's like a flashback. You know how he's telling the story? Even though it was a serious injury for concerning his friend's mouth, as the wood had punctured through his braces. Like, he just said that to Sir. Hey Sir, he's hurt himself again. Like, it's just a bit like us, That's what he said. Anyways, even though his classmate, it was a serious injury, he told Sir that, period 3 was geo. We learned about rise over run, which is basically elevation over distance in geography. Had homework, done it ages ago, even though she hasn't stated anything about going ahead and actually completing the booklet. It was lunch. I had to move to the front office and out of the gates and into the bus because I had bushwalking as a sport, okay? It's a real sport for Spirit College so far. We went far of south of Sydney, somewhere past South Hurstville. The beach, it could be near San Souci or it is in San Souci. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. I couldn't decide which activity to do first because there was walking, swimming, kayaking, and my new friend, who was 1 year below me, wanted to do bike riding, but we eventually didn't do bike riding because like most of the girls had taken the bikes, and so I got undressed like the rest of the boys and some of the girls to go kayaking. After that I attempted to do solo kayaking. Didn't work because that kayak was too heavy and was made of wood, unlike the rest of them. Like the rest of the kayaks, they were made of plastic. Of course, I swam, had swimwear, which was just shorts. The weather was perfect, the sea's always salty, but it was warm, it's good. Consequently, I ended up kayaking with Patrick, the one Sir is always picks on because what Patrick says to do. While I kayaked with Patrick, I enjoyed the ride, so far, but not past. Like we were getting far, but we couldn't pass. We couldn't get past the black and yellow pole because I guess it was too far. Even though people actually did pass that pole, but we did ram into 2 kayaks which were girls. When we went back near the base, I helped some. What do you call it? Patrick went with the rest of his friends, Andreas and Roderick, following Kalani on the bike. Well, I stayed back and dragged all the kayaks back near the base. I helped some people trying to get the kayaks on water or advising them how to ride the boats. Or they were like year 9 kids or girls from my year, like year 10 that is. Patrick what do you call it? Patrick came back and helped them while I swam. I helped 2 girls in my year, and all over again. I helped 2 girls in my year, and it was like it was Rita and Lourdes, like Rita, as in Amy's twin, and Lourdes. They were trying to kayak, right? Anyways, they always would end up back on shore for some reason. Like they couldn't do it properly. I guess they need more training. I went back to the base or the camp with all the came back to the base, got back, right? I drank water, ate my sandwich, fed the birds, got blamed for feeding the birds while drinking milk, but I didn't mind because there's no such thing as wasting energy, obviously. Ate the snake lolly when Lourdes was sharing food to people like Rita, Taylor, Tova, etc. I went back for a swim, never went kayaking because I allowed other people to enjoy it rather than me. You know, I'm selfless, I'm not selfish. Selfish. I didn't say shellfish, okay? Anyways, I played catch with Joe, Andreas, and crew, with Sir throwing his sports ball. Finally, we packed up at 3:30 p.m. Took us a while to pack up all the bikes, boats, and paddles and so on. So there was Andreas, the legend, helping with Christian, the one who's currently in a relationship with his beloved. And so I saw a lot of people from the personification of swag, aka Patrick, the tall one who's in my homeroom, and girls gathering photographs, or girls gathering to take photographs, right, of precious memories, while Patrick, you know, the one that Mr. Sir hates. Well, I wouldn't say hates, but picks on. Anyways, the other Patrick trying to photobomb, but Joe obviously got the shot in the end. We went back to Lakemba, we got dropped near the station, and of course I went home. Friday the 13th, 2nd of the 2015. Viernes, or Friday. Double science, Sir wasn't there. The first period he had rehearsal for mass in the hall, so we got a sub teacher. She was my previous science teacher from last year. The activities were challenging, man. It was really confusing, man. But I get it. She's a really good teacher, man. But I just couldn't cope with the activities. Anyways, then Sir came back. Second period 2, and we worked on our posters, which was about atoms, and our homework was like just the research on atoms, right? Or like the people who theorized with the atoms. So that's why I went to the library to research on atoms. The next thing you know, mass was held. We went homeroom first, obviously. Then we got called out and went to mass. Mass was held during periods 3 and 4. We sung as we were prepared. You know, I took the bread or body of Christ and prayed. When mass had ended, lunch was extended. Okay, I'm not trying to rhyme here, but it's just coincidence, alright? I'm serious. Whereas I ate my lunch and found out that the Valentine's Day concert, right, was called off because Sir can't move them that fast. Then in PD, then I had PD theory, right? We were working on the booklet about this young female adult who died from hard liquor or alcohol poisoning. Anyways, some people were chosen or volunteered to do yard cleanup. They came back and Mary, the Asian one, not the Mediterranean one, quoted Neil. No, she didn't say that. She said, Neil said all of us must do yard cleanup. And I was like, what? Who, me? And she's like, no, not no, the cleaner Neil. I was like, oh, alright. I knew she was joking, man. Yeah, this is weird. Like I teleported. So we gathered in the amphitheater, right? The amphitheater, waiting for the plastic gloves. Unfortunately, there was no gloves. You know, it's like bad stuff happens. So the rest of us, like as in the majority, must clean the rubbish with our bare hands. Hopefully. And we had to do this in 10 minutes, as Sir said. What do you call it? Someone said we can't do this in 10 minutes. and there's not even parents meeting the teachers for year 7, because it was meet the parents. I mean meet the teacher, dude. I was with Jimwell and Shabelle, right? The one who's pro in basketball, professional in basketball, we were picking up rubbish with our bare hands, and we eventually joined Sam, Daniel, and Manu's group, because they got the big blue plastic bag. And I'm struggling here. I'm sick as well. Like, we had to clean the year 12 area. Eventually Sir found us, right? We had to clean it, man. It was so disgusting, man, with our bare hands, man. Like, seriously. Anyways, the bell rang, so we left. I rushed into D21 saying that people were locked outside. And Eileen was like, "Neil, can you like jump in?" And so I did. Like, you know, it was like all of it, like just quick, like as if someone just came to my room right now, and you know, it's random, without even notice. Like, what the hell? You know, it's like some rush, right? I don't know, man. It's hard to explain. It's like, think of a person, you tell them what to do, right? And then they just do it like straight away. Not as in like work or anything, but like they do it straight away. Like, it doesn't matter, like it's just fast, you know. I just opened the door, I just jumped in through the wall, because like, not through the wall, the window, because it was open. Jumped through the window, opens the door, and voila, and then they thanked me. I still don't understand why I had to do it. Why couldn't like other people do it? I mean, there's like plenty of people around. You know, just saying. Just saying. Not hating. Anyways, it was maths, and thank God I just made it. It was like the maths was like last period. We just learned inverted trigonometry again from Miss. And we also sang Happy Birthday to Miss at the beginning of the lesson, and at the end of the lesson, I mean the period, we got snack lollies from Miss while discussing with her life in England about the royal family and knowing Harry Potter. And then I was like, "Miss, did you get to touch him?" And like everyone was like laughing. And next thing you know, we finally were dismissed by Miss. I'm not rhyming. Okay, I'm not rapping. Okay, if you're listening to this, I'm not rapping. I'm actually like, it's just coincidence. Okay. Finally, Miss dismissed us, even though it was so early. We were just like scattered all over the school. And of course, I went home after the bell rang. Thanks for watching. You know, this thing, like, I'm sorry if I speak fast, man, but sometimes you just gotta bear with it, you know. I mean, like, it's better like sometimes, you know, it depends on what you're into. If you like, some people could go like talk fast or talk slow, but in the end they're just talking, you know, different speeds. That's all. But it also resorts to the quality. A person could be really smart and no one would understand them. A person could be really stupid, not stupid, I would say streetwise, right? And most people would understand them because they can relate to this. They can relate to the linguistics or the formality of the speech. Alright, thanks, man.